Mike here, CBI Off-Road. Today we're going to be showing you how to install our Tundra rock sliders. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so a few quick things before we get ready to actually install our sliders. Depending on the year of your truck, you may have these little covers here. If you do, we're going to go ahead and unbolt these, just 12mm head, pull these things out because we're going to have to be reaching inside of there to get in there. It's going to have one on each side, and we're going to take both those out. All right, one of the other things we're going to want to do is we're going to go ahead and get rid of some of these clips here that we're going to be using to hold. So this one right here is going to come out, and then this little clip right here off the bottom is going to come out, and now we can go ahead and move on. All right, so now we're ready to actually put our sliders up there and start bolting things in place. You're going to want to have probably a friend to help you hold these things up. They're pretty heavy, they're pretty long and everything. Easiest thing is to start with these first three center ones just to get it hung up there, held in place, and then we can go through and put the rest of them in. So I have my helper here, and we're going to go ahead and put some of these in. All right, so once you got your sliders kind of hung up there, one of the things is right here where this frame starts to bend upward, it kind of wrinkles a little bit, just how it kind of goes. Depending on your vehicle, it may be tight here, so you may either have to, kind of shave this down because it's got some of these little bumps in it, or you can just use something like a jack or something and just press it up on there. But again, it's kind of going to vary vehicle to vehicle, whether or not that's going to be really a big deal. So we're going to go ahead. This one's a little bit tight. We're just going to push it up on there, and then we're going to continue on. All right, so after we got these front or these middle three put in place, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to these front ones. You're going to have a bolt right here at the bottom, which you pulled that bottom clip out of, and you're going to have one up here on the side that's going to be that longer slotted hole. For the bottom, so you're going to have a little stick nut like this that we're going to slide into the frame, get up there, and then we're going to take the bolt, we're going to bolt that right up through. And then for the top one, we're going to have a stick bolt right here. We're going to go ahead, you're going to have the washer and the nut. We're going to take that off. We're going to slide this through, and we're going to stick that through to the outside and finish bolting it up. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we got the one side on. This one is a little bit easier to display where all of our holes are. It is going to be identical on the opposite side, but we do have the gas tank on the driver's side, so we do have a couple little things that we're going to do a little bit differently over here that I'll show you. But once you got everything sorted, you got everything pressed up in place, you can go ahead and tighten everything down, and we can move on to the other side. All right, so now that we're starting on the driver's side, I'm going to drop this plastic skid off the bottom of the gas tank. Super simple. It's just about 8 of these small little 12mm nuts. It'll just drop right down. We can have that out of the way. It gives us a little bit more room for getting our hands back in here. So let's go ahead and do that. right, so now on the driver's side, we're going to be using a stick nut to get to this very back hole because it's pretty tight. You can't really fit your hands up in there. So we're going to, just like we did on the front, we're going to fit this thing up through here. Then we'll go ahead and tighten that down once we get all the rest of it in. So the second furthest one back is going to be one that's kind of tight. It's one of the reasons we take the gas tank skid off. But once the gas tank skid's off, we can get in there. We can just kind of fit our hands right through, get that on there. There we go. All right, so the rest of it is just straightforward, same as the other side. Again, these were the only two differences on the driver's side, dropping the gas tank skid to get to this one, and then using a stick nut on this very rear one. Everything else, again, is the same, so we're going to move forward, keep going, and we're going to get everything up in place and cinch everything down. All right, so we've now got everything nice and tight, so we can go ahead and put our gas tank skid back up in place and finish everything else up. So this brake line, emergency brake line bracket, may just be kind of touching right here. This bracket's pretty easy. I mean, you can literally just kind of push that thing up, push it out of the way, just so it's not touching, not rubbing on the sliders. All right, that should take care of our installation of our CBI Off-Road Tundra sliders. If you guys have any questions or concerns, you can go ahead and give us a call here at CBI Off-Road or email us. Thanks.